Mega Man series has fallen on hard times over the past few years, as a few cancellations have left fans wondering just when the Blue Bomber will return to his former glory. Capcom's mascot had a brief resurgence in 2008 courtesy of Mega Man 9, the first proper sequel to the original series in over a decade. Though the game sparked enough interest to generate a sequel, Mega Man 10, the once prominent franchise has since gone back into hibernation. In what can only be interpreted as an effort to drum up interest in the series, former Capcom community manager Seth Killian came forth shortly after Mega Man 9's release and stated that there was a hidden secret in the game that nobody had found. The remark prompted legions of fans to band together and amass a laundry list of Easter eggs and other discoveries in hopes of unearthing the gem.
The following are some of the more remarkable findings. There are portions of Endless Attack that share similar designs with previous Mega Man levels. When using the laser trident, Mega Man's color palette resembles the classic box art. The last robot master you defeat determines the point of view during one of the final cutscenes. According to a line of dialogue, apparently Splash Woman is actually a man. Chun-Li of Street Fighter fame makes a cameo in the game's opening. The bank account number Dr. Wily gives out is actually the release date for the original Mega Man. Series antihero Base makes a cameo appearance in the ending. Finally, for some odd reason, if you try to use the name Sigma, the game censors it. However, after the fans presented their findings, Killian proclaimed that the secret still remained at large. Capcom's staff dropped a handful of clues over the years to keep the hunt alive, but to this day, no one has uncovered the mystery. We decided it was our turn to give it a shot. While there have been several theories as to what the secret is, Capcom has rejected every one of them so far. This left us in a tough spot. Unlike other episodes, we don't actually have an existing method to test out to see if it's true or not. Instead, we looked at the clues that are available to deduce a course of action. According to Capcom, the secret is definitely hidden in the Endless Attack Mode DLC. The last public statement about Mega Man 9 was from Christian Svensson on Capcom Unity. He admitted that one fan was on the right track in trying to get as far into the mode as possible. Combine this with another Killian hint that stated players would have to look further than anyone ever has before, and it's pretty obvious that the secret will be unveiled if you make it far enough in Endless Attack. For those who don't know, Endless Attack asks you to keep playing through levels in a random order, trying to clear as many screens as possible before you die. Back in 2009, Killian thought someone had discovered the secret when the high score for Endless Attack was 99,999 screens, but the score was promptly removed. Finally, Killian divulged that fans were halfway to discovering the secret at just over 7,000 screens. We initially speculated that if you broke the 10,000 screen mark, something would happen. However, there's a video online of somebody cracking that mark already, and to no avail. Considering that fans have decompiled the game's code and determined the secret isn't new content, like a weapon or character, it seemed logical that maybe the secret was a message from Capcom's server if you submitted a high enough score. Putting everything together, we came up with a theory. If you got to at least 15,000 screens or more, and then submitted your high score to Capcom's server, you'd receive a hidden message. Thus, we embarked on what would become one of our more insane undertakings. Though some of us consider ourselves to be fairly decent at Mega Man games, our best efforts rarely manage to break the 1,000 screen mark. We probably could have played it for the next 10 years and not reached 14,000 screens, so we decided to use cheat codes. Even while using cheat codes to speed up the process, it took just over an hour to clear 1,000 screens. You should also know that since Mega Man 9 is a WiiWare game, you can't simply exit out of the game and return to resume your progress like a virtual console game. We left our Wii console on for over 3 weeks to reach the mark, only to discover we were unable to die the entire time, ruining the experiment. After modifying the codes to give us the option to die, we then spent another week playing to hit the mark again. After dying at 15,003 screens and submitting our score, nothing happened. Frustrated with the results, we emailed Capcom, but its only comment was that we were on the right track. We also recently spoke to Seth Killian about it, but he was as tight-lipped as ever.
The Mega Man secret is something I pass on. I passed on to our community group at Capcom, so they will carry the torch. I'm keeping it with me. People may discover it yet someday. We'll see if we can, maybe we'll do a charity drive sometime, and it'll be the least exciting secret reveal of all time. It's really not going to change anybody's life. It's a little thing, but I think secrets in the age of the internet are exciting. It is really real. If you don't believe me, you can ask the other community guys. Maybe you believe them. It is real. It's not going to set the world on fire, but it's a bit of fun, and I think having a little bit of mystery in the world is a good thing.
We never want to admit defeat on Pop Fiction, but we've unfortunately exhausted our resources and leads. At this point, the best we can offer are two working theories. The first is that if you get far enough into endless attack, something about the mode will change using in-game assets. For example, maybe Mega Man changes into Proto Man, or the levels start resembling the actual Robot Master stages, or the music changes. Our other theory, which seems more likely considering Killian thought somebody had figured it out when they got to 99,999 screens, is that when you get far enough into the mode, you hit the game's version of a kill screen. Basically, endless attack has an end. Whether the score counter stops increasing or it's a screen where Mega Man just dies, we believe this would fall in line with Killian's statement a few years ago that, once discovered, the secret would likely only be worthy of a footnote. We're inclined to take Capcom at face value on this subject, but we'd be naive if we didn't at least acknowledge the possibility this is merely a wild goose chase. Maybe one day Capcom will finally decide to set the record straight, or perhaps a dedicated fan will finally tackle this Herculean task. But until then, it remains an unsolved mystery. See this and other GT shows and game reviews on the GT Originals iOS app, available now on the App Store.